Fall Guys? More like Flaw Guys. Now I like Fall Guys. It's a funny, charming, wacky little game, and in theory it's fun. I say in theory because there's a lot of flaws in the game, as previously stated. There's a lot about the game that it does right, but there's even more that it does wrong, and I just feel like it could improve a lot. And given that the game is still in its infancy, I thought I'd get a video out talking about my problems with the game and what I think it could improve in the future. Because I feel like now would be the perfect time, given that the developers still have time to put out patches and improve the game in little ways. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of the stuff I talk about in this video, they're already working on. First, I want to talk about what I like about the game. The minigames for the most part are pretty fun, like the races, survival games, and the logic games. But what I don't like is the games that are based entirely on luck. Games like Tiptoe and DoorDash come to mind because in Tiptoe there's really no strategy involved. You just kind of tiptoe along where you know the tiles are and maybe wait for someone else to find the tiles that you need to go on and hope that by the end there's not more people in front of you than will be allowed to qualify. And in DoorDash, you can literally be the first one there. You can get through all the doors, be super lucky, and then on the final door you'll bump into the wrong one, then someone will come behind you, go to the right door and open it up. And then everyone will just be packed in there. You'll get trampled like that one line in that movie. I forget the name of it. So any game that's based on luck, I feel like they should be off the table. And that's not because I can't win at them, but it's because it's not fun. And the great words of Reggie Fils-Aime, it's not fun, and if why not bother, don't do it. And if it's fun, do not bother, do it. And if it's not fun, don't bother. Yeah, I think that's the one. And then there are some games that are just kind of wonky, like tail tag. You can spend the entire round of tail tag running around with your tail, being all happy. Oh, I'm gonna qualify, I'm gonna make it. Then some dill pickle will come along and be like, hey, I'm 3 feet away from you. I grab your tail. And you'll just be done. And then you won't be able to grab anyone else's tail. Like, why does it work like this? How come the enemies can grab me from 2 light years away and still get my tail? Yeah, I had to be right up on top of someone. Block party. You could be sitting there, getting through all the blocks, having a good old time, thinking you're gonna win, and then some hubba bubba bunga head will grab you, you'll fall over, and then the blocks you need to jump over, the ones with the little, things at the bottom? What are they called? I don't know what they're called. They'll come by, sweep you up, and then you'll just get stuck there, and then you'll lose automatically. I hate that. I hate it. Now, there's one type of game mode that I haven't talked about yet, and that's for a good reason. Because I hate them. They're team games. I think a lot of people will agree with me. The team games are no fun. It's not even just frustrating, I'm gonna lose because of my stupid team. It's no one wants to play a game with 8 or 9 other people, half of which are probably 12 years old, the other half don't know how to work a controller. Whenever you enter a team game, you've just spun the wheel of fortune, and chances are, you're going bankrupt. Now I know the game devs probably don't want these team games to go to waste, so I have an idea. How about make a squad mode, where if you team up with your friends, or you can just queue up with random people, you enter a game mode where everything is just team game. And it's a 3-round little thing, nothing too fancy, and on the last round you have 3 teams of 3, or maybe 2 teams of 4, however many you can squad up with, and whoever wins gets it's like a piece of a crown. And each piece of a crown is like a third of a crown. When you collect the pieces, you can put them together and you'll make a full crown. The reason they just be pieces is because it's a little shorter than the main game, the solo queuing. I feel like this would be a good implication for the team games. Now, splitting up the game modes like this would probably mean that the devs would have to come up with even more obstacle courses, even more mini games for people to play in, just to keep things fresh. And I have a solution for this. Maybe they release a map editing tool, so people can make their own maps, make their own mini games, obstacle courses, logic-based games. People love doing that. Release that, have people submit their courses and stuff to the devs, and the devs can decide, oh hey, this one's pretty neat, we can polish it up a little bit, put it in the main game. This game is just begging to have a map editor. I mean, look at the courses, they all look like they're made up of a bunch of cubes and trapezoids and stuff. It seems like it'd be simple enough to just give the players the tools to make courses for themselves. I would honestly be surprised if the developers didn't already have this in mind. Now, I myself have some ideas for some mini games. I had an idea for a logic-based game, kind of like Perfect Match, where all the players are standing on this big circular clock on the ground, and up in the air you see the actual clock that you're supposed to be looking at, and the clock spins kind of like a spinner and twister, and it's kind of mirrored on the clock on the ground. So it's easy enough to look at the clock and be like, oh, I need to go to 12 o'clock, I need to go at 2 o'clock. The trick of the game would be at the third, there being like three rounds of it, and on the third round the clock in the air falls down and then becomes a digital clock, so it's a little harder to be like, oh, where do I go? Another idea I had was like a rollout type minigame where it's like 3 big Ferris wheels and they're all right next to each other but they're spinning in different directions. And on the cars in the Ferris wheel, they're just like separate cars and whatnot. But at certain points in the round, a few of the cars will start shaking and then like fall down. You have to try and stay at the top so that if the car that you're standing on starts to fall, you can quickly jump to another one. And it goes on like that until a certain amount of people inevitably fall and get eliminated. Just like Rollout. So to recap, Fall Guys is fun. Team games suck, and hire me. Honestly, I really like this game. It's just there's so much about it that I want to see improved. And I wanted to get a video out on it before someone else could. I want to be the first one to talk about this kind of thing. You know, get those sweet clicks, even though I have no subscribers. It's gonna be pretty much my first video on my channel. Anyways, and if you agree with any of my ideas, please like share the video on Twitter or whatever. Try and get the Fall Guys Twitter to notice it, give it a like, you know, give it a thumbs up, and if you disagree with me, then smash that dislike button just so I know who doesn't agree with me, and I can have you banned from the channel. Slime Climb. This is my favorite map. So my favorite of the obstacle courses. So much variety in it, and so high stakes. I love it. I love it. I love it. More maps like this, please. Oh, that guy's cheating. Epic. I probably shouldn't even play this because I'm not gonna win because that guy's cheating. But and there's no report system too. That's the thing. How do they know when someone's cheating and how do they like ban them? It makes it not. Oh, no, nice. No, yeah, do that. No, you're cool. No, you're cool for doing that. My little ape brain can't, like, wrap my head around the idea of, like, not falling off that bobble thing. What is that called? It's like the wipeout material. Oh, I really thought I was going to fall on that one. Oh, ball. You can't cheat in this one, guy. You probably can. I'm probably sorely mistaken. Look at that guy. Look at him jumping around like in jumping jack. Oh, that's sick. And our own teammate just scored the goal for them. Alright, no, this is a fat L. Why is he doing this? How do you control this? How do you have fun? How do you have fun in this game by cheating? Like this is the exact type of game that you. That's awesome, bro. Can I? There's no way to report. You just let someone else win. Why? He felt bad. Or maybe he was just being cocky.